welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, you've been here a time or two, but you have not yet hit that subscribe button. I absolutely invite you to. If you want to get notified of all my future uploads, make sure you guys click the bell. If you enjoyed this type of videos, favorites, fails, trying new makeup, things like that, talking all things makeup, definitely make sure that you guys do subscribe, because I do that all the time, and give this video a thumbs up if those are things that you enjoy. So let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video. So I used to do like monthly favorites and fails, or favorites and then fails. But I was just like, okay, sometimes I'm not really using a lot, and I'm trying to condense down the things that I'm talking about. So I decided I'm going to do this quarterly, and we've already gone through our first quarter. Hard to imagine, we're already through our first quarter of 2023. Like, hello? Where did the time go? Like, hello? Did I blink? Did I go to sleep? Am I John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt? Like, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. What's the guy that fell asleep for like 100 years, then he just like woke up like nothing happened? It's not John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt now that I think about it, but I can't think of what the guy's name is. But anyways, that's what I felt like. That's what it feels like. So I have 10 products. 10 products that I dislike fully. That I dislike a lot. So if you guys are wondering what those are, grab a snack, grab a blankie, start doing your makeup while watching this, whatever the case may be, and let's buckle up and dive in. We're just going to dive in. I have all my makeup set up in different categories, so we're going to start with lips. First of all are going to be these from Clarity Cosmetics. Listen, I can appreciate, they're $10. I can appreciate how small they are. You know, you don't need a lot of product. People aren't really going through a whole lot of lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, you know, super quickly. Because people have, usually I feel like now have multiple. These are just so drying. I wanted to love these. I know liquid lipsticks kind of aren't really in right now. And I'm still like a huge liquid lipstick type of person just because they last a long time. I don't like gloss or like lipstick, like actual lipstick, if like I have to wear a mask. So I work at a hospital, so like we're still required to wear masks, especially in the ER, because a lot of sick people come in. So we just wear masks as a safety precaution no matter what. And I just don't like the feel of it sticking. I don't like my hair getting in my lips. I just don't like any of that. So these to me are just so drying that I'm just like, I look like the Crypt Keeper. Do you remember him? Do you remember the little Crypt Keeper guy? Yeah. That's what my lips look like. It's not very cute. Next up for the lip options, the last one is this Coola lip oil. I love lip oils. If you guys are new here, I love lip oils. I love them so much. I know it's like, well, wouldn't that like just, you know, be sticky? And granted, yes. But if I know I'm going to like a job, because I work multiple jobs, and I literally just going to be sitting there on a computer, I don't have to put on a mask. You know, the wind's not going to be blowing in my hair, anything like that, I would put on a lip oil. Or if I just need like a good, you know, before putting on, you know, makeup, you just like something really nice to put on, or I'm not wearing makeup, it's like a skincare day, put on some lip oils. I love some lip oils. This is not good. This is not good. And here's why. This formula is so runny. So thin, so runny. And it will run, you'll put it on, it will run into your mouth. It will run into there. And it does not taste good. And it's not like you're trying to lick your lips or have it come into your mouth. It just seeps in there. Right? Even if you put on a very light layer, the next thing you know, it's all in your mouth. And it tastes horrible. I do not like that. It doesn't even smell good either. Like, I know it's like all organic and stuff, but for my lips, I know I would prefer something organic, but like put something that tastes good, or make it thicker so it's not falling into my mouth. And then literally this will wear off in like 15 minutes or less. What's the point? I need it to last. Like, if I'm putting on a lip oil, I don't want it gone in 10 minutes. I want something that's going to really plump and hydrate my lips. I was so hopeful for this because I love lip oils. I have not found a terrible lip oil until I tried this, and now I regret buying it. Let's move into primers slash kind of skincare-esque, and you'll see what I mean when I get there. So I have 4 of those. That just did not work out for me. And here's why. So number one is this Undone Beauty Sheer Radiance Serum Tints Enhancing Wand for Lit from Within Glow. First of all, this is the applicator. It is so hard to get product out. You literally have to tap it like this to get any sort of product out. And then it dries down so quick. And when you blend it out, it like almost like disappears. Like, okay, like here's the shine, right? Like it just, and then you blend it out and it's just like, it's nothing. Like, what is the point of this? And you have to apply this so hard that it hurts. It hurts. The packaging is just a flop. First of all, the packaging in and of itself is absolutely terrible. Whoever approved this, like, were you all just like, I don't know, smoking one day and then was just like, yeah, that's a good idea. It's great. Yeah, no, it works. Because how would you not be doing something and come up with this package? It's not good. And then the formula's not good because literally just blends out into nothing. And then if you're like, well, just don't blend it out, then you just have circles on your face. This next one I wanted to really like. So this is from Clinique. This is the Moisture Surge Sheer Tint Hydrator Broad Spectrum SPF 25. Okay. Number one, I thought I was going to really appreciate this because number one, I love SPF. Okay. SPF all day, every day. Makeup, no makeup, cloudy. I don't care. So number one is this does have a little bit of a tint. The issue here is this is the lightest shade. Universal, very light. Universal for who? Because it's not for us. We need like an extra light because this has like a very yellowish tint and it's like a little bit deeper. Like, it doesn't match. Okay. It doesn't match. It's not cute. But then the one thing, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just use this under makeup or on skincare days. But the one thing that just drives me to the edge is it does not matter what my skincare routine looks like. It does not matter what products I use. It does not matter if literally I don't use anything extra besides a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer. Even switching up the moisturizers. This pills as soon as I apply it. As soon as I apply it, my face is pilling. And it does this every time. And again, it does not matter how I do my skincare because I was just thinking, okay, well, maybe it's only going to be compatible with just like, you know, a really basic skincare routine. Nope, not at all. The third primer / skincare is this from Wet n Wild. It's the 5-in-1 Essence Primer Liquid. Here's the thing. It makes 5 claims down here about all these things it's going to do. It says it will smooth. It doesn't. Doesn't really do anything. Conditions. I mean, it does provide a little bit of hydration, but it goes away eventually. Refines pores. Absolutely not. Balances. Absolutely not. Prolongs makeup. Absolutely not. So for this to be marketed as an Essence Primer Liquid, no. No. Not even at all. Don't even be like, oh, I'm really tempted to try it. If you're trying this for makeup, it literally just adds a little bit of hydration for like 5 minutes and then it's gone. If you're somebody who would like to incorporate maybe like an essence into your skincare routine to add a little bit more hydration, this will be good. This will be good. This is a good option. This right here would be good for that. But if you're looking for something to do the rest of the claims besides the conditions or adds hydration, you will be disappointed. The next primer to go ahead and talk about, and I feel like this primer really could have a market. It's not for me. The other products, I'm just like, I don't know how it's going to work for anybody, but this one I think could have a good market. So this is the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops, Pore Refining and Blurring. So this has a mattifying finish. It does say that blurs pores in 30 seconds with this treatment and primer in one, or you can use as a serum for your skincare. Here's the thing. I have tried to use this multiple times. It has more of a matte finish. I have very, very dry skin. So I wouldn't apply it everywhere because I don't want to be matte everywhere. But I don't mind being matte right in here because I have large pores. And I do find things that are a little bit more mattifying really help to blur and smooth over my pores. So I'm okay with that there. But here's the thing. When I use this, it doesn't blur my pores. It does zero for my pores. I've even tried incorporating this in my skincare to kind of just put it here and see if like maybe over time. But here's the thing. I was going to tell you this. If you didn't know this, you didn't know this. But you can't get rid of pores. You can't make them smaller. You can blur them over. So if you wanted to add this into like your like makeup routine or skincare routine, it would be only for mattifying purposes, which for me with super dry skin, I don't want that. If I'm going to do mattifying, I want to see my pores blurred. This doesn't. This does not blur your pores. It just mattifies. Next category is going to be foundations. And these two foundations I really wanted to love, and I've tried them in numerous amounts of ways, and I just don't like them. So the first up is this from Essence. It's like Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation Transfer and Waterproof. This is atrocious. This is an absolute atrocious. I have tried mixing in like a moisturizer with it. I have tried literally anything I can to make this work. But it's already showing on my hands why this is terrible. Do you see the amount of cakiness? And this is half of a pump, and I'm blurring it out down to like my wrists. But it's the cakiness of it, the emphasis on the textures on my pores. Okay, this is on my hand. Okay, on my hand. Could you imagine it on my face where I do have quite a bit of texture? Could you imagine? Because I cannot imagine. I mean, I lived it. We did a video with it. Just awful. Just so unbearably awful to the point that I'm like, did anybody even try this? And I wanted to love it because I really, really do like a lot of Essence's products. I really do. They're really cheap. They're really affordable. And this I think was like $4.99, $5.99, like something relatively cheap. And I was like, man, this could be a great it wouldn't be really drugstore because you can't get it in Walmart, but like it would be a great option if you're going into Ulta and you need a good lasting foundation that's really cheap and affordable. This could have been a great option. This could have been it, but it's literally like cement, and it has a fragrance. It's like a very strong baby powder. It's like literally somebody took a baby powder bottle and went poof, with the top open, you know, with all the little holes around it, went poof. That's what it smells like. And I'm just like, and it doesn't go away. Like this has been on for like maybe a minute or so now, and it's still strong as ever. Just this was such a disappointment. It was disappointing. So the next foundation I have equal qualms with, and here's the thing, I've heard like people rave about this, and I wanted to love it. And that is the Juvia's Place. What is this called? I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. First and foremost, if you watch this, do you see how much of this is sucked out? I've literally used this like 3 or 4 times, but the very first time I used it, this sucked it out. Okay, so that was annoying. It literally took forever for it to come out. But I'm just going to take a little small amount. And here's the thing. I know Juvia, I hate this so much. Juvia's Place is known for like really full coverage. That's why I don't like the sticks. The stick that they came out with, the other foundation, I Am Magic Foundation or whatever it's called, matte foundation, I didn't like that either. So I was really excited when they sat there and they were like, we're going to come out with like this really, you know, radiant foundation. And I was like, yes, you know, maybe, and like, I think it even, does it mention made in Italy, cruelty free? Does it say something about, yeah, no. Okay, doesn't say anything. But here it is on my hand. Again, it's like cement. It's literally like cement. It doesn't look good. It's so cakey. I feel like I don't use filters, but I feel like you still like even cannot grasp the amount of cakiness it looks like. And that is one tiny pump. I, again, have tried this mixing with moisturizers. I have tried like literally half of a pump, which is nothing. I have tried everything I can to make this to work. I have tried, you know, primering with my Ritual Diffused Thorn Oil and then going in with this and then mixing this with the Ritual Diffused Thorn Oil. It just looks terrible. It just looks terrible. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay. If you have like perfect skin, you're not dry, you're not super textured, you have skin that looks like Nikki Tutorials, right? Perfect skin. You might like this. But for me, it's too full coverage, too cakey, and emphasizes too many of my textures and lines. Just no thank you. Next up is going to be a like cheek product. That is this Flower Beauty Spotlight liquid highlighter. Okay, all right. I do not like this. It dries down, honestly, so quick. I will say it's really, really pretty. You know, it's a very nice lit from within glow, but like that, like once it's on, like I can't like really blur it out. So could you imagine this being on your cheeks and you're like, you put a dot here and you're trying to blend it out and then it looks like a dot with like a little bit of blending here. I have tried so hard to love this because this is so pretty, a really beautiful lit from within type of sheen without being overly glittery. But it's not a cute look, okay? It's not cute. So my last product is an eyeshadow palette. And I am so incredibly disappointed with this product. And I made sure to pull out another palette from this brand so I can show you that it's just this one palette, okay? And that is the Dominique Cosmetics, the Essential Palette. Now, I can't really hold this up because this shade right here, Affirmation, just wants to fall out all the time. So number one, there's that. These swatched horribly. When you put your fingers in them, they feel hard and gritty. No. I mean, they just don't swatch the best. And the reason why, and so here's, before I even move on to like swatching another thing, you could be like, well, swatches don't tell the whole story. Sometimes things swatch terribly and perform terribly. No. I get that. I even said that in my video when I was reviewing this. I was like, you know, sometimes swatches just don't look good. And sometimes you're just like, this isn't going to be a good palette. And you put it on the eyes and you were just like, wow, how did that look so good? But like the swatches were trash. I don't know. It is how it is sometimes. But that absolutely did reflect the quality of the palette. If you sat there and watched, this is supposed to be an essentials palette. Okay, this isn't like a purple palette. This isn't like a blue palette. This isn't like a green or neon or pastel where you really need to work with it, right? Like these are very much shades you would go into for everyday looks. Like I could have taken one of those shades and put that in the crease, right? That's what this palette is for. So it should not be that hard to work with because honestly, neutrals are probably one of the easiest palettes you can make. Pigment wise, whatever the case may be, they're not hard to formulate. Everybody under the sun has done it successfully, but that was awful. So I pulled out my Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream. Now, this is actually a few years old, but these feel so soft, smooth, buttery when you put your fingers in. Okay, all right, ponytail, you're gonna have to go. But let me show you in comparison. Okay. I guess I didn't have to pick out another shade, but do you see how like light these are compared to these? And these aren't even neutrals. They're more harder to formulate. We have a blue. We have this is a shimmer. Doesn't have quite the opacity of that. All of the shimmers on here very much are just more topperish. These ones actually have like shimmers, metallics. And then you have a purple. And this purple, like this is supposed to be a purpley shade. Like, do you see like how terrible those are compared? And I literally just bought it. But you would think that it would be this one that I've had for like 2 or 3 years now. And the quality is just awful. And so I was purchasing it absolutely thinking like this is going to be a great palette because it's neutrals. But again, I loved Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So imagine my disappointment when I swatched it. Okay, so I was disappointed, but I was like, okay, you know, maybe it's just, you know, just the swatches. It was not. I've tried to use it a few different times since then, and I just hate it. That is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed this content, definitely give this video a thumbs up. If you are wanting to see more favorites, my next annual, quarterly fails, then definitely make sure you guys have subscribed, and I will see you all in my next one.